system, we are going to isolate x from the first equation because the x from the first equation doesn't have any coefficient. So when you solve for x, we will not have any denominator at all. So once you isolate x here, what do we have? X equal to negative 5 y minus 20. Okay. After this step, we are going to use this x value and plug into the other equation. So you will have here 12 times x minus 5y equals negative 45. But our x here is equal to negative 5y minus 20. So we will just solve the value of y here. First, we distribute 12 to negative 5y. We will have negative 60y. Then 12 times negative 20 will be negative 240 minus 5y equals negative 45. Combining like terms, we have negative 60y minus 5y. It's negative 65y minus 240 equals negative 45. And then when you add 240 both sides, what do we have here? I'll get here 195. And then when you divide by negative 65 to both sides, you will get y is equal to negative. Okay. So once you have your y value, you can use either the first equation, the second equation, or the equation that was derived from the first equation. So in this case, we are going to use the third equation. So solving for x, we are going to use x equal to negative 5y minus 20. So the y here, we're going to use the y value here and plug into our y in this equation. So I will have x equals negative 5, y is negative 3, so minus 20. So negative 5 times negative 3 will give us positive 15. Minus 20, and then 15 minus 20 will give us negative 5. So our solution is negative 5 comma negative 3. And then of course don't forget to verify your answer. So let's try to verify or check our answer. So we just have to plug in our solution to both equations. So if I'm going to use my first equation, I will have x plus 5y equals negative 20. Replace our x by negative 5. Replace our y by negative 3. So I will have here negative 5. This one is negative 15 equals negative 20. Again, we're trying to verify this, okay? But negative 5 minus 15 is actually negative 20, which is equal to the right side of the equation. Therefore, the solution works for the first equation. And then for the second equation, we'll have 12x minus 5y equals negative 45. So I'll plug in negative 5 to x, and then negative 3 to y. We're trying to verify if the left side is equal to negative 45. What's 12 times negative 5? It's negative 60. Negative 5 times negative 3 is positive 15. And then if you simplify negative 60 plus 15, we'll get negative 45. Okay? All right. So here we already checked our answer. So in both equations, work for the solution. Therefore, this will be the solution for that particular system. Okay, so now let's now discuss examples wherein we'll have answer that is not one solution. Okay. So for example 4 and example 5, you will see a solution wherein it can be many solution or no solution. Okay. So let's try to solve example number 4. Note that example number 4, y has been solved already. So we don't need to solve any variable anymore. So what we need to do here is to replace. So I'm going to use this y value and plug into the other equation. So I will have y, which is negative 6 plus x, minus x equals 7. Okay? So if you combine x minus x, what do you have? So the 0, right? So I will just have negative 6 equals 7. So what can you say about negative 6 equal to 7? Okay, this one is actually false. Negative 6 is not equal to 7. Okay, so this one is false. Therefore, this equation, this system has no solution. Okay. Now, if you are going to plug in the y value from the second equation to the first equation, you'll be able to get the same answer. So I'll show you another way of solving this system, and you'll see that no matter how you solve it, you will get no solution. So let's say we are going to solve x here. Okay, so what's my x value here? X is equal to y minus 7. So use this equation and plug into the first equation. You will have y equals negative 6 plus x, but x value is equal to y minus 7. So y minus 7, you'll get y equals negative 6 plus y minus 7. We can combine negative 6 and negative 7, which is equal to negative 13 plus y. And then if you subtract y to both sides, you will have 0 equals negative 13. And again, if you check the answer that we have here, 0 is not actually equal to negative 13. So this one is false. So using the second solution, or the second way of doing it, you will notice that you will get the same answer. No solution. All right, example number 5. So for example number 5, if you look at the first equation, x has been solved already. So what we can do here is plug this one in to our second equation. So your x here, I'll just replace the x here by replace x here by negative 24 plus 3y. Still have minus 3y equals negative 24. If you combine like terms, we'll have, well, 3y minus 3y is equal to 0. Negative 24 plus 0 equals negative 24. And then we'll have negative 24 equals negative 24. Is this a true or false statement? This one is a true statement. Okay. Therefore, this one means, well, the solution for this is many solution. It means that when you graph these two equations, what type of lines do we have? We will have, okay, it will be the same line, okay? It will be line on top of the other line. So now let's try to use our Casio to graph our systems of equation. So the first step is to write our equations into slope-intercept form. So for my first equation, we can write that as y equal to negative 2x plus 2. Okay, and then for the second equation, if you add y to both sides, you'll get x equals y plus 4. And then subtract 4 to both sides, you'll be able to get y equal to x minus 4. Okay? So once we converted these two equations into slope-intercept form, we can now go to our Casio and let's go to main menu, and then let's highlight graph, then press EXE. Okay. I'll just have to type in my equations. So y is equal to negative, so this should be your negative key, okay? Negative 2x plus 2, then press EXE, x minus 4. Then you have to press EXE. Okay, I'm going to press EXE right now. Now look here, draw. To draw these two equations, I have to press F6. And that will be the graph of the two equations. To find the intersection, which is this point, you can just press, we are going to use G-solve, which is above F5. So we have to press Shift, G-solve, which is F5. And then here you will see Y ICPD, that's your y-intercept. Okay. So you're going to press, so to get the intersection, we have to use the ISC, that's your intersection. Okay. Sorry, Y ICPD was your y-intercept. So you have to use F5, which is for your intercept. So you have to press F5, and that will give you the intersection, which is 2, negative 2. Okay.